Have you ever found yourself mechanically nodding along to a friend's outrageous request, only to later be struck by the realization, did I just agree to become a free rental service? Well, pull up a chair, because I've got a tale that might just top that. Picture this: a sunny afternoon, a friend with a twinkle in their eye, and a proposal so audacious it could make your wallet weep. This is the day I unwittingly became an investor in what I affectionately term the Great Money Pit Adventure. It was a lesson in generosity, sure, but also a wake-up call. I needed a life raft to navigate these tumultuous waters without capsizing my relationships or my sanity. Enter Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that's as trendy as avocado toast was a few years back, but with benefits that extend far beyond your social media aesthetic. Imagine being in the eye of the storm in your emotional world, unswayed by the tempests of manipulation, surfing the towering waves of social demands with the grace of a seasoned pro. Stoicism isn't about transforming into an emotionless automaton. Rather, it's about cultivating such a profound sense of calm and coolness that even a freezer could take a few notes. Recognizing manipulation, especially from those close to us, is like embarking on a treasure hunt, where the treasure is realizing you've been had, and your shovel is your dwindling patience. Picture it: a needle hidden in a haystack. Except this needle comes with a sweet coating of honey and is handed to you with a smile that says, "You're going to regret this, but you'll feel too guilty to stop now." It's the emotional equivalent of stepping on a Lego, painful, unexpected, and leaves you questioning your life choices. You find yourself on the tightrope of social dynamics, where one false step can land you in the role of the perpetual yes man, the human equivalent of a free trial that never ends. On one side, you have the option of calling out your friend, effectively throwing a grenade into the friendship and watching as the pieces, along with your peace of mind, scatter to the winds. On the other, you embrace the role of the human doormat, complete with a welcome sign that reads, "Please wipe your problems on me." This delicate dance of deciphering intentions without turning into a friendship accountant, constantly tallying the debits and credits of goodwill, is about as enjoyable as a root canal. And yet, the alternative, becoming the neighborhood's unofficial lending library for anything from money to moral support, is about as appealing as a soggy sandwich. Our quest for balance is like chasing after the mythical golden mean, a fabled land where you're not so guarded that you could give Fort Knox a run for its money, yet not so open that you qualify as a public utility. It's a place where no is as much a part of your vocabulary as yes, and where your spine is made of steel, not spaghetti. This is where Stoicism sails in, bearing the life rafts of wisdom. First on deck is the dichotomy of control. It might sound like something out of a highbrow textbook, but it's actually as straightforward as choosing between decaf and regular. It's all about honing in on what you can control. The core idea? Pour your energy into the things within your sphere of influence. Your actions, your thoughts, your reactions. Trying to change a manipulative friend into a beacon of virtue is akin to expecting a cat to fetch your slippers, cook dinner, and then serve it with a side of heartfelt compliments. In other words, you're better off teaching a fish to sing opera. This Stoic gem teaches us to distinguish between the controllable and the uncontrollable. It's the philosophical equivalent of tidying up your room by shoving everything you can't deal with under the bed, except instead of avoiding the problem, you're wisely choosing where to invest your energy. Why waste your breath on the weather, the traffic, or the immutable fact that your friend thinks borrowing your clothes is a tenet of your friendship? Embracing the dichotomy of control is like finally understanding the rules of a game you've been playing wrong your whole life. Suddenly, you're not the ball being tossed around by others' whims. You're the player, nay, the referee. It's about realizing that while you can't control the wind, you can definitely adjust your sails. Your manipulative friend's actions? A gusty wind. Your response? The set of your sail, expertly catching the breeze to navigate away from the stormy seas of drama. This Stoic wisdom encourages us to focus on our own actions and attitudes, much like deciding to wear rain boots in a storm. Sure, you can't stop the rain, but you can darn well splash through the puddles with dry feet and a smile. It's about recognizing that you can't control others' actions, but you can control your reaction, your boundaries, and your peace of mind. Then there's the Stoic secret weapon, amor fati, which translates not to some exotic dish you'd hesitate to try at a new restaurant, but to love your fate. It's the philosophical equivalent of getting lemons and not just making lemonade, but setting up a stand, turning a profit, and then writing a self-help book about it. So when your friend with eyes gleaming with the kind of enthusiasm usually reserved for infomercial hosts at 3 a.m. unveils their latest plan, this time they assure you their venture is the next big thing since sliced bread, and all it needs is your financial backing. Instead of launching into a soliloquy about fiscal responsibility or questioning why every one of their ideas seems to involve a suspicious amount of your money, you embrace it with amor fati. Wrap your arms around this challenge like it's the long-lost teddy bear of your childhood. This isn't just a test of your patience or your ability to say no without losing a friend. It's the universe's way of offering you a workout for your wisdom muscles. And let's not forget, it's also handing you the kind of story that'll be the crown jewel of your party anecdotes. Imagine the laughs, the gasps of disbelief, and the rounds of applause as you recount the tale of dodging financial ruin with nothing but your wits and a well-timed Stoic principle. Amor fati teaches us to embrace whatever life throws our way, transforming obstacles into opportunities. Your friend's pitch isn't just a plea for your hard-earned cash. It's a chance to practice setting boundaries, to articulate your values, and to navigate the delicate dance of maintaining a friendship while also protecting your wallet. It's about seeing the beauty in the struggle, the comedy in the absurdity, and the lessons in the losses. Lastly, we have oikeiosis, a term that might initially strike fear into the hearts of those unfamiliar conjuring images of sitting in a doctor's office awaiting an elaborate diagnosis. Fear not, for it's merely Stoicism's fancy way of inviting us to the ultimate empathy party. Picture yourself as the DJ, masterfully controlling the vibes at the emotional shindig of your existence. Your job? Knowing precisely when to turn up the beats of self-love and when to smoothly transition into the mellow tunes of empathy for others. This concept is all about the art of expanding your circle of care. It starts with the person in the mirror, acknowledging and respecting your own needs, feelings, and boundaries. From there, like a skilled DJ expanding their playlist, you gradually include others in your sphere, appreciating their humanity, understanding their struggles, and recognizing the shared beats of our collective experience. Think of setting boundaries not as erecting a fortress complete with moats and dragons, but rather as laying out the velvet ropes of an exclusive party. These aren't meant to keep everyone out, but to ensure that those who join you respect the vibe, contribute to the atmosphere, and don't spill their drinks on the sound equipment. It's about creating a space where mutual respect and understanding are the entrance fee, not a begrudgingly paid cover charge. Oikeiosis teaches us that empathy isn't about dissolving our boundaries in a free-for-all of emotional anarchy. It's about knowing when to open the gates of our castle and when to kindly ask the guests to adhere to the dress code. It's the delicate balance between giving yourself the headliner spot in your own life while also being a gracious host who ensures the guests, our friends, family, and even strangers, feel welcome and valued. Here comes the crescendo. Stoicism teaches us the fine art of assertiveness without mutating into the Grinch who stole friendships. It's like dialing in the perfect shower temperature, warm enough to be comforting but not so scalding that you emerge as a boiled crustacean. Stoicism doesn't demand that you forsake your needs or ignore manipulation. Rather, it invites you to a dance where respect leads the way, both for yourself and for others. As we wrap up our philosophical journey, navigating the treacherous waters of manipulation while keeping our friendships afloat, it's clear we're not just participants in a high-stakes circus act, but rather skilled acrobats performing a delicate balancing routine. This endeavor calls for a judicious mix of poise and playfulness, seasoned generously with self-awareness. Stoicism, in its timeless wisdom, doesn't merely offer an umbrella against the downpour of social predicaments, but lays out a comprehensive map for building bridges over these waters, ensuring we traverse them with grace and dignity. Stoicism is the life coach we never knew we needed, teaching us not just to dodge emotional grenades, but to juggle them with the flair of a circus performer. It tells us to embrace the dichotomy of control like it's the remote control of our lives, flipping channels away from drama and towards something more uplifting. It encourages us to love our fate, amor fati, as if every twist of fate is the plot twist in our personal sitcom, making our lives binge-worthy to an audience of cosmic spectators. Then there's oikeiosis, sounding like something you'd avoid catching on public transport, but really it's about turning up the volume on self-love and mixing in a healthy beat of empathy for others. It teaches us to set boundaries that aren't barbed wire, but rather the VIP rope that makes people wonder what's so great about being on the other side. It's about inviting others into our emotional VIP section, but only if they're on the guest list. As we pirouette off this philosophical stage, remember, avoiding manipulation while keeping friends close is like performing a magic trick where everyone expects a rabbit, but you pull out a bouquet of flowers instead. It requires balance, a sprinkle of humor, and a magician's flair for misdirection, self-awareness. Stoicism doesn't just prepare us to weather the storm, it turns us into seasoned ship captains, navigating through the social seas, not just surviving the waves, but surfing them. Now, over to you. Have you ever navigated the tightrope of your friendships, balancing your needs against others? Did Stoicism offer you solace, or did you unearth another ancient wisdom that better suited your journey, perhaps the philosophy of sharing your chocolate? I'm eager to hear your epic tales and philosophical discoveries. Share your stories in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this blend of ancient wisdom and modern wit, don't forget to subscribe and join our unique corner of the internet. Together, let's sail the choppy seas of life with a grin.